If you're looking at new construction in the Dallas area, you've probably seen the same headlines everywhere. Huge incentives, rate buydowns, closing costs covered. And on the surface, it looks like you just found the cheat code. But here's the truth. Builder incentives are rarely free. They're a trade. And if you don't understand the trade, you could end up overpaying, buying the wrong house, or getting locked into a deal structure that isn't actually best for you.
Exactly. Incentives can be legitimately great, especially compared to resale, but they come with catches that most buyers don't see until it's too late. And we're not here to scare you off new construction. We love new builds when they're done right. Today we're going to break down the incentive menu, the most common catches, and the decision framework that helps you buy new construction like an investor. Clear monthly payment, clean contract, and no surprise costs at closing. I'm Kyle Kreick.
And I'm Mark Meras, and together we are the co-founders of Paragon Realty Advisors located in Uptown Dallas. By the end of this video, you'll know how to evaluate incentives properly, what questions to ask before you sign, and how to protect yourself through inspections, appraisal, and contract terms.
Let's start with what builders typically mean by incentives, because it's usually one of four buckets. Bucket 1, rate buydowns. Either temporary, like a 2-1 buydown, or sometimes permanent points to reduce the rate. A 2-1 buydown is a temporary financing arrangement that lowers a mortgage interest rate by 2% in the first year and 1% in the second year, before reverting to the original rate in year 3. Bucket 2, closing cost credits. Money towards title, lender fees, prepaids, things like that. Bucket 3, design incentives. Free upgrades or a credit at the design center. And finally, bucket 4, price reductions. Sometimes they lower base price, sometimes they offer lot specials. Sometimes they quietly shift the package pricing. And here's the big idea. Incentives are a tool builders use to manage demand and protect their pricing inside the community. They'd rather offer a credit than slash base price, because base price becomes a comp for every other home they're trying to sell.
So let's go catch by catch, starting with the one that feels the best emotionally, but can confuse people financially. Rate buydowns. A rate buydown sounds amazing because it attacks the monthly payment, the number you actually feel. But you have to ask one question. Is this a temporary payment relief or a true long-term savings? A temporary buydown can lower your payment for year 1 and maybe year 2. That can help you qualify or breathe. But you're still betting on either your income rising, a refinance, or you're comfortable when the payment resets. That's not bad, it's just a bet. A permanent buydown, which is paying points to reduce the rate, can be powerful if you plan to hold the property long enough to break even on the points. But if you move or refinance before the break-even point, the savings were mostly psychological. So the Paragon rule, don't accept a buydown because it looks good in a flyer. Accept it because the math works for your likely ownership horizon.
And if the incentive is free upgrades, the catch is almost always the same. You're not buying a base home, you're buying a package. So let's talk about what's really happening at the design center. Free upgrades is one of the most effective marketing phrases in real estate. But most buyers don't realize how the design center works. Builders often price the base home to look attractive. Then the real house you want is created through packages and upgrades. Flooring, countertops, lighting, appliance packages, extended patios, structural options. So the catch is, the incentive may be pushing you towards a certain package tier, or it may be a credit that feels big, but the total upgrade bill still climbs. Here's the no hype version. Upgrades aren't a scam, they're how builders let you customize, but you need a budget ceiling before you walk in, because people routinely spend more than they planned on when everything looks only a little bit more. Our Paragon rule, decide what matters to you. Structural options and livability upgrades tend to hold value more than hyper custom finishes. Then allocate the incentive where it actually improves your lifestyle and resale.
Now the next catch is a big one. Most builder incentives are tied to using the builder's preferred lender. That can be totally fine, but you need to understand the trade. A lot of incentives are conditional. You get this credit if you use our lender. That does not automatically mean it's bad. Sometimes a builder's lender is competitive. Sometimes it's not. The trade is that you might get a large upfront credit, but the loan terms could be slightly different. Rate, fees, points, or the structure of the buydown. And buyers often fixate on the credit and forget to compare the full cost of the loan over time. So the smart move is simple. Compare two offers side by side. Option A, builder's lender with incentives. Option B, outside lender without incentives. Then compare cash to close, monthly payment, break even over your likely holding period. And if you're not sure how long you'll stay, prioritize flexibility. A deal that looks cheaper today can cost you more if it locks you into a structure you don't love.
Even if you nail the financing, there's another catch unique to new communities: appraisal and comps. People assume new homes always appraise. Not always. In a brand new community, comps can be thin or fast moving. Builders also try to protect base pricing, which means incentives can mask the true market clearing price. And appraisers look at closed sales and adjustments, not marketing language. So a risk point is this: if you're paying a premium for a lot, for upgrades, or for a package above recent closings, you want to understand what supports that value. This matters most when you're stretching a budget, or when a community is transitioning from early phase to later phase, where pricing can shift. Here's our Paragon rule. Don't assume the home will appraise just because it's new. Confirm the comp story and the incentive structure, and understand whether you're effectively paying more than the last round of buyers.
Now let's talk about the monthly stack nobody puts on the flyer. Taxes, HOA, and sometimes mud or PID type costs. This is where the payment shock happens. In DFW, new construction communities can carry a meaningful monthly stack beyond the mortgage. HOA dues and property tax rates that vary by location and special districts. The point isn't that it's bad. The point is that it changes your payment and your long-term cost of ownership. This is where buyers get trapped by focusing on the incentivized rate or the base price and being surprised by escrow projections later. Our Paragon rule: always underwrite your payment with the realistic taxes and HOA included. Shop the payment, not the sticker price. A slightly cheaper house with higher tax HOA can cost more monthly than a higher priced home in a different setup.
Now we're going to talk about the part that buyers underestimate: builder contracts, timelines, and leverage. Because buying new construction is not the same as buying resale. With new construction, you're usually signing a builder's contract, not the standard resale contract buyers are used to. Timelines can shift. Completion dates can move. Certain allowances are builder controlled. And your leverage varies depending on demand and how many homes they need to move this quarter. The catch is that buyers sometimes think incentives mean the builder is desperate, but this is not always the case. Sometimes it's just how they keep pricing stable while still motivating buyers. Here's our Paragon rule. Treat the contract like a business deal. Know your deadlines, understand what happens if closing is delayed, understand what's refundable and what isn't, and never assume that it'll probably be fine is a strategy.
And now the catch that affects your quality and your wallet: inspections and warranties. A warranty is not the same thing as a quality control process. New doesn't mean perfect, it means new. And a builder warranty is great, but it's not a substitute for independent inspections. The catch is that buyers assume the builder will fix everything. Sometimes they will. Sometimes you'll spend months chasing punch list items. The smoother path is to catch issues early: pre-drywall, final inspection, and sometimes an 11-month warranty inspection, so you have a documented professional list. Our Paragon rule: always inspect new construction like you would any other major purchase. It's not an insult to the builder, it's adulting.
All right, so how do you buy new construction the smart way? Here's the Paragon playbook, step by step. Step 1, decide your corridor and lifestyle first. Don't let the incentives lure you into the wrong commute or wrong version of Dallas. Step 2, underwrite the real monthly payment, mortgage plus taxes plus HOA plus insurance. Step 3, treat incentives as a negotiation tool, not a gift. Ask for the rate versus closing costs versus price versus upgrades. Which one improves your outcome most? Step 4, lock your upgrade budget before the design center and prioritize structural livability options first. Step 5, confirm the comp story. What has closed, what's pending, what's included in base versus upgrades. And lastly, step 6, use inspections strategically, pre-drywall, final, and warranty. If you do these steps, new construction can be a fantastic move. Predictable, modern, lower immediate maintenance, and often a smoother buying experience than competing for resale inventory.
Let's wrap this up with some quick questions and answers to questions we get when buyers are looking at new construction. First, are builder incentives worth it? They can be if you understand the trade. Second, should I always use a builder's lender? Not always. Compare the full loan costs, not just the credit. Third, what's the biggest new build mistake? Choosing the wrong location because the incentives were shiny. And fourth, are upgrades worth it? Some are. Prioritize structural and livability upgrades before cosmetic ones. And finally, number 5, do I still need an inspection? Yes, new does not mean flawless.
If you're considering new construction in DFW, the goal isn't to avoid it. The goal is to buy it with your eyes open. The frameworks we discussed today aren't just theories. They are the tools we use to guide our clients through the noise and protect their financial futures. Don't rely on a catchphrase, rely on data. Our team has a deep analytical understanding of the DFW market that goes far beyond the headlines. We can help you maximize your new construction purchase. Please visit us at www.paragondfw.com to schedule a no-obligation consultation today.
And if you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll have access to all current and future content. And finally, make sure you leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. All the best.